Well, good Monday morning to you. It is the 19th of February, 2024, President's Day, if you happen to be in the United States of America. My name is Sunshower Rose. I'll be your hostess this morning, coming in from the environs of Sedona, Arizona. This is the best place. You guys are in a really good place to be with us because this is where we share our experiences with the patches, especially the X39 in the first 15 minutes of this call, which will go about 30 minutes. So we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear your experiences, but we'd like you to be bold, meaning speak up, be brief, meaning about 30 seconds, be compliant, and be done, so that the next person who has their hand raised can come on. So that's the next part, is to raise your hand. I see one already. So just keep your hands up so I can see them. Keep them up while you're speaking, and then please put your hand down when you're done. So we need to be compliant, meaning that we do not name any disease. Try and keep that one in mind if you're brand new, because we do not claim to cure, diagnose any kind of disease. So there you go. I see one hand up. Are we ready to rock and roll with X39 for the first 15 minutes? This is the miracle call. Let's hear those miracles. Good morning. Is that John?
Yes. Hi, Sunshower.
Hi.
I just wanted to give a quick story with my X39. It seems to happen every day, which is amazing. Just because I believe so much in inner healing, and what David has produced here for all of us is that the light that shines within us, and it's amazing. It really is a miracle. That so my story was yesterday. I play golf, and I love golf. I've been playing for 63 years now, and it just keeps getting better. Just keeps getting better. And on the 16th hole, I left my towel on the tee box, and I played the 16th hole. I played the 17th hole, and I wanted to go back and get my towel. It's my favorite towel, and nobody behind us brought it up. And so I said, well, I guess I'll just have to go get it. So, we were kind of pressed for time. So I putted out on the 17th hole, ran back to the 16th hole the entire time, and then ran back to the 18th tee. And I would have been huffing and puffing, which I was a little bit, because I ran the whole way back and forth. And when I got to the tee on the 18th hole, I was the last to hit. They had already hit. And I teed off. I just recovered really quickly. Before, I've never done this before where I've recovered this quickly. And I proceeded to birdie the hole and win some money from my buddies.
Well, there you go. Yep. We applaud you. Way to go, young man. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And Allie, please.
I love John's smile. I just love when he shares. I had developed some kind of skin rash, and all my normal solutions didn't work. So I said, well, duh, I'm going to take an X39. And it was in a feminine area. So I put it on the outside of my underwear, and pretty quickly the itching stopped. I had another feminine issue going on there too, and I got both of them.
No kidding. And within about how long a period was that, Allie?
The itching calmed down probably within a half an hour. And the other one, I realized this morning that, oh, I'm not having that problem. And the acupuncturist I used to see said, I'll have that problem forever.
So. Well, start sharing the news, but do it quietly when it's all about girl stuff, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Allie. Wow. Is there any other hand up? I don't see one. Come on now. Speak up, or you guys are going to hear something from me. 3, 2, 1. Come on, you guys. Are you still sleepy? It's Monday morning. Let's get it going here. We can always count on Gary. Go for it, Gary. Unmute.
Good morning, everybody. So I've got my LifeWave heart shirt on. Anywho, This was when I was convinced about it, but it's kind of the too good to be true feeling about the patches. And so I was out getting wood last spring, the last snowstorm. I found the one patch of snow on some grass, and down I went with an armload of wood and completely devastated my left hip. Thought I'd been hit by a truck. And I'm 61 now, so those things, as you know, anybody who's aging knows how the effect that has. So I went in the house and was thinking, well, let me gauge the pain and see how many Tylenol / ibuprofen I might need to take. Not much of a pill taker, but I kind of waited. And I, for a couple minutes, I did that, and I said, wait a minute, I've got patches. So I had one already on the back of my neck, and stuck an extra one right there on that left side. And I had also, when I tried to move this arm, an electrical shock that just hurt. And it was terrible. So within 5 minutes, the pain dissipated from the hip, and it wasn't perfect, but like 80% improvement. And I tried to recreate that shock, wouldn't do it. So that was one of the things that convinced me that stem cells are miraculous. And I love this company and I love these patches. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So
And we love you too, Gary.
thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Good one. Okay,
Thank you.
Jonathan, please.
Good morning, guys. I just want to, I want to back up the first two guys that gave their testimony. The X39 is truly amazing. I mean, it's amazing. Yesterday, I was playing basketball with these guys, and I remember this young guy, one of my friend's sons. He's about 18. This guy has boundless energy, and he was checking me, and I made a move. I made a move to the hole, to the basket, and made this shot on him. And I was thinking to myself, wow, that's amazing. This guy he's like 40 years, over 40 years less younger than I am. And I'm teaching him lessons. Not only that, listen, guys, listen, honestly, 30, 35, 40 years ago when I played basketball, I remember how long it would take me, even when my stem cells were going. It took me, a day or two to recover. I was the one that wanted to keep playing, and all the younger guys were ready to leave. I was just cracking up. It's amazing. X39, David Schmidt. Oh my goodness. Thank you, God, for this company. Thank you.
Yep, seems like a miracle, but it's science. Thanks to David Schmidt. Thank you for honoring him. Okay, who have we got? Well, I see Helen and Tim, but I'm not sure who's speaking.
Hey, it's Helen.
Hi.
I just had my annual exam, and I'll be 74 in April, no meds. And the doctor called me up with the results and said, I just want to say, keep doing what you're doing. And so the paper just came in from all the blood work. Everything was good. I had a little B12 that I had to up my B12. That was it. And the result says your cholesterol results and other factors mean that you are at a low risk of heart disease or stroke in the next 10 years. How
Wow.
about that? Wow. And what a great report. She calls up and goes, keep doing what you're doing.
Just seems like we're getting younger and younger. I can't wait for my revive to get here. All right, thanks, Helen. How about Sunny?
Good morning, everybody. Nice to see you here. Thanks to the great leadership for these calls and everyone tuning in. I've been tuning in actually since September, and I figured it should be about time that I perhaps share something if I want to take things to the next level with these calls, So here I am, and I'll try to keep it really short and sweet, as I've got a lot to share and a lot to, I guess, hone in on when. So I guess I've been looking for a way to share my symptoms, and if I could just kind of beat around the bush without saying what it is, there's dystrophy in my muscular system. if you can pick up what I'm putting down there. And I use a wheelchair full time, and sometimes I go by Sonny and Chair. And I want to, yeah. So some people get that joke.
I got it.
Yeah. I want to get "I Got You, Babe" embroidered on my seatbelt. Because that's what you put on a seatbelt. Anyways, I've been using and experimenting with LifeWave since September, and I've really been trying to go and deep and really feel into the subtle changes. And I guess what I got right off the bat, and I'll start from the beginning, was just a huge decrease in inflammation in my hands. So I'm also a drummer and a musician, and for many years I've been banging drums and playing bongos and congos and cajones, and I've sustained damage to my hands, which are already under mineralized. So I quit playing music about 3 years ago because of it. And I had just had pain and just discomfort for a long time. I had to wear a little splint on my finger. Anyways, it wasn't 16 hours later that I placed this X39 on the back of my neck, and the pain point had just vanished. It had just completely dissolved after all that time.
Wow.
So starting there, there's a lot more to share. But thanks for listening.
Oh, keep coming to our calls, Sonny. You'll be an inspiration to a lot of people. There's a great energy enhancer story. If you happen to be on the Vision 2024, David talked about that. So just go for it. And we look forward to your future testimonials, as it were. Thanks so much. Is there another hand up? Come on.
Sunshower, I can't get my hand up, but I'll share.
Okay, thanks, Jeannie.
Hey, so I've been on the X39 for about 2.5 years. And the basic thing that I wanted to share is that initially I had a great deal of relief. And also I had hit my head for more than 40 years ago. In an accident, my head hit the windshield, so you can imagine all the ramifications of that. So the main thing I wanted to encourage people is, I've been dealing with this for 40 years. Give it time, because there are ups and downs, and there are more great days than there used to be, definitely. But give it time, because it takes time to unravel and rebuild, clean house and rebuild. And I personally, there's so much less inflammation, my brain's working better. And then every once in a while I do hit a bump in the road where it's like, oh my God, we're here again, but it goes forward.
It does go forward. Thank you so much, Jeannie. And I love the consistency part. Be patient. Some people have instant results. Some people it takes a few days, few weeks. For me, 2 years into it, when I had not ever smelled my whole entire life, suddenly I can smell. So please be on it and stay with it, family. Thank you so much, Jeannie. And I'm sorry, I don't know the Zoom user's name. Please tell us. You're muted though.
Oh, it's Janice
Okay.
Jenkins.
Okay, hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to make this very short. I started using the patches in October, the 1st of October. On January 12th, I realized that I could hear out of my right ear. I had not been able to hear anything from that ear for over 25 years. And when I had gone to the audiologist, I was told that it was nerve damage and it would not make any sense for me to get hearing aids because they wouldn't help. So I just figured I'd be adapting for the rest of my life. But the miracle happened on the 12th of January, and I can now hear from my right ear. And that's just one of many, but we're limited for time. So I'll share another one sometime later. Thank you.
Please do. Yes. Thank you, Janice. That's most inspirational. We are all just so tickled for you. Wow. Thank you, please. And I hope we get to see you too sometime, you know, if you can figure that one out, we'd love to see you. Okay, now we're on to Zoom user. What was your name again?
Perry,
Harry, yeah. Hi.
Yeah. hi. Well, I woke up the other morning with my hand throbbing, this part to my thumb and to my wrist, and I couldn't put any pressure on my finger or thumb, or it just shot up my arm. I had no idea what I'd done. The pain woke me up. I put two LifeWave and an X39 on my hand. I had them here, the top, the bottom. I couldn't turn on my toothbrush. I couldn't punch the button on my toothbrush with my right hand. I couldn't pick up a cup. And within 30 minutes, that was gone. And I left it on the rest of the day. I've taken it off and it hadn't come back. I have no idea what I did. When I went to bed, nothing was hurting, but it was excruciating pain.
What a blessing. Thank you so much for your story, Perry. Inspiring as always.
Thank
And Ravel, please.
Thank you, Sunshower. This is it was so happy to hear. I was so happy to hear the report from Carrie Wright Deese of Maryland, who's new to LifeWave. Not only her experiences, but she was happy to mention something that happened with her 15-year-old grandson. And he was in the other room. He's a timid young boy, and he usually speaks very softly when asked a question. But what happened, I'm not sure if it was just a few days on X39, but he said very loudly from the other room, "Nana, there's no school on Friday." Both she and his mother were so surprised. Just, his mom was smiling to himself, but she was very happy and excited to hear that. Thank you.
Isn't that great? You guys, come on. This is such a great call. Thank you so much, Ravel. Let's see, is Jeannie's hand back up?
I finally figured out where to get the hand. It changed. There must have been an update or something. But since we're after the 15-minute mark, can I share something about Energy Patch?
Please.
Okay. So David has talked about that he wears 2 sets of energy patches. And I always thought, oh, wow, that sounds wonderful. And I've been going through just cleaning, improving my own health, which means cleaning internally and building things back up. And it takes a lot of energy. And I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday as a licensed massage therapist. And when I do that, typically I'm doing like 20 hours of massage. And I am 67, by the way. 20 hours of hands-on massage, which is a lot of physical labor. And I was, watching my money. And so maybe on the days that I wasn't working, I wasn't using as many patches. But this morning I woke up and I said, especially after we read that book, 10X is better than 2X, I go, this is my 10X. I'm putting on 2 pairs of energy patches. And do you know what? And I put them on the soles of my feet, which can be related to support kidney, but I almost made, I don't care if it was, what's the word, placebo. I felt like somebody was just lifting me up, and I recommend that for anybody. Give it a try, play with that.
Indeed. Thank you so much, Jeannie.
I'm going to go do that.
Yeah. Let's float. Hey, Dr. Tom, welcome.
Hey. Yeah, we all deserve a little placebo, right? I certainly make sure my massage therapist is using her 3949. And I was actually going to share about something else, but in the world of the double patches, a buddy of mine down the street had an eye palsy last week, about 10 days ago, double vision, something that normally takes 6 or 8 weeks. It's benign, but normally takes 6 or 8 weeks. We used the hat protocol on him. I used Eon right on his forehead, and then the hat protocol, which is a double set of energy enhancer. And he and his wife have been on patches on and off. He hasn't been consistent, but his diplopia was resolved within about 72 hours. Not fully, but something that normally takes 8 weeks to have that sort of acceleration of healing. So impressive. And it really is, the long game is the game, Jeannie's comment earlier about don't get off the bus. That's I noticed that as well. Almost everybody sees something in the first week or two. It's rare to go 30 days and not have some sort of a breakthrough, but it's not always what we think, right? It's not always what we want to see. And but the longer you go, the better it gets. And I've shared before about breaking my jaw and having a scar here, the suture where I had fallen straight on my chin. For years, I had to be careful shaving. And about 2 years in, after many of my other scars had disappeared, I noticed that this one, that I wasn't careful shaving anymore. And it's gone. It's perfectly smooth, and that's fine. And I did want to share one more story about the lung game as far as, carnosine. I was on X39 for 2 years before X49 came out, and then I was on X49 for maybe 6 or 8 months before a pretty unexpected surgery just 12 weeks ago, which was a fun little episode in my life. And someday I'll share the details of it. But I haven't figured out how to talk about it other than my springing back has been phenomenal. The docs were so impressed. First of all, the docs and the nurses. I was in the hospital for 22 days, and the docs thought I was insane with all my pharmacy there in my room with my patches and my supplements and all of my love, my tribe, everybody basking. But that's what it's about, is putting ourselves in the good frequencies. He was so impressed with my recovery, the pace of my recovery, and he shared with me confidentially that I probably wouldn't have made it because it was a tricky surgery. It was a complicated situation. And he said, I probably wouldn't have made it if my coronary arteries hadn't been perfect. He said, I've never seen a body like this in a man this age. And so I'll find a way to talk about the details of that later, but you get the feeling of it. Yeah. It's the long game. It's daily, every day. Put them on, just slap it and go.
Yeah. Even if you have to put them by your toothbrush so you remember. And thank goodness that Perry was able to press her toothbrush button, eh?
One more quick thing,
okay.
The comment about the young gentleman who was able to speak loudly. We can't make claims, of course, but a lot of folks, a lot of young people, a lot of older people too, with expression issues. And I've been working with a young lady, 30-year-old lady who lives with her mother, who had been sort of a locked-in syndrome. And not terribly self-abusive, but that spectrum, right, of this particular issue. And she saw comfort and was making eye contact after about 6 months of using Eon and X39. And now about a year later, she's actually able to be on Zoom with us. And when the 4 of us gather on Zoom, she's there and participating and speaking.
It's remarkable. We are so blessed to know each other and to be able to pass this information along, person to person, heart to heart. Aren't we fortunate people? I'm not able to see into the chat, but I know that Michelle was asking Jeannie where she put the other set of energy enhancers. Was that answered?
No, I did not say where I put the other ones. So right now I need to support my kidneys. So I actually put the brown, well, it's a brown and a white. So I put them on my kidneys respectively, brown on the left, white on the right.
There you go. Thank you so much, Jeannie. And thank you, Dr. Tom. We can't wait to hear when you figure out to tell us the details of that surgery incident that you had. And we're so glad that you're definitely here with us and able to share. You are so eloquent. We love it when you speak. Thank you so much, Doctor. Let's move on. We have a couple more minutes left. So Christine, please.
Hi, when I have a question, and when people put patches on the bottom of their feet, well, the bottom of the feet there's like all these different areas, and I'm curious what people do, where they actually put them.
Shall we have Dr. Tom answer that one, please?
Let me suggest,
Gregory.
Robin posted an image in the chat. So Christine, open the
Oh,
chat.
cool. All right. I'll go.
And Robin's
Right.
thinking, reading your mind, I guess.
Okay, yeah, she must have been.
There we
There you
go.
go. So kidney 1 on the bottom of the feet.
Kidney 1. Okay, I'm looking.
Yep.
And I might add, this is Helen, I might add, there are reflexology charts, everywhere all over the internet. Just go have a peek at them and you can go and place it right over particular organs on the feet.
And Robin had something she wanted to share. Go ahead, Robin.
Kidney 1 is such an amazing location. And what, the ice wave and the energy enhancer patches do is they open up the energy flow. And, much of pain is blocked energy or inflammation. So Dr. Walt, who is one of our, practitioners, he's an acupuncture physician. He said, the body needs energy for everything. He's addicted to that spot for everybody.
Mhm.
And, in my healing, I didn't put, I actually am wearing 2 sets, one on my feet and one on my arms to add energy into the healing for my shoulder. So it's powerful, and a lot of people have kidney stuff going on. So giving that extra stimulation to the kidney is a gift for almost all of us.
Mhm.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Robin. Christine, were you done? Your hand is still up.
Oh, yeah, I was looking for that picture. I couldn't find it now. But that's okay. I can look up kidney 1. That's
Oh, it's
and I
it's
was like,
it's in the chat. If you
It's in
look
the
yeah,
in,
I looked in the chat. I don't know. My chat is like needing a patch.
Okay, we have like a minute or so left and 2 hands up. So we'll do Linda and then Orla, and then that'll be it. So please, Linda.
Okay, where?
Okay, so I don't usually hop on here, so I'll be brief, but I'll share my story. So basically, I had a vaccine injury 2 years ago, and I basically was unable to use my arms and legs most of the time. So my doctors had me on a host of medications. One was prednisone and a few others, ones you don't want to be on. And so I started X39 and Eon. And after almost 6 weeks, my blood markers went back to normal. So I was able to get off my medications. Of course, it took a while to get off of the one, but that's about it. I just wanted to share that because there's probably people on here that have not heard my story. So thank you.
That's beautiful.
Very true, and we're very glad that you did. Thank you so much, Linda. And congratulations. Where did Orla go? I don't see you anymore. Okay, well, we're at the bottom of the hour, so I'm going to go ahead and thank you all for participating. It's very inspirational and helpful to other people that maybe didn't share, but either have a similar situation that you do or did, or perhaps they have a friend or relative, and it's just so good for us to hear all these great stories. So thank you, everybody. Now on to Gregory.
Hey, great. Well, thank you, Sunshine. You're such a gracious host. Thank you so much. And thanks everyone for sharing these Monday mornings. It's a great way to start our day, start our week. And I just want to give a shout out to Connie Lucas and, some of her leaders that have been pioneering this Sunday night call. They broke 300 last night. If you're not dialing in or logging on and joining in, it's a wonderful call. It's a great first exposure. It's a great educational call. So God bless, the Lucas team coming forth and making that available to all of us. So thank you very much. And so tonight we have our Monday evening call. Well, happy President's Day, customer service and everybody else in LifeWave. It's closed. Okay. So don't bother calling. I'm sure it'll be busy morning tomorrow for them. So be patient on Tuesday morning because they're going to have 3 days of catch up work. But that's
good news about customer service.
Oh, good news about customer service. We have a call with Garrett, our country manager, and he said they processed how many? 1,500 calls one day. Oh, he said that their average hold time one day last week was down to 70 seconds. So, I mean, they're hitting it. So, a running train, and LifeWave is a running train moving down the tracks, and they're scrambling to keep up with it, and they're doing it the best they can. They're doing a good job. So tonight we'll have our Monday evening call, and on the Monday, one of the things we're going to be covering is a wrap up with Atomic Habits, and I'm going to let Robin talk just for a couple of minutes about that. Hold on just 1 second. I'm going to pass the computer over to Robin.
Honey, okay. Well, for those of you that have engaged in this book, I know your life is changing because mine is. And I see some heads nodding. If you're not ready to change it, don't read the book. But for those of you that are ready, it's all about creating the identity you want to be and creating the systems and habits that support that. And I know several of you are engaged. So tonight we have Dr. Tom, we have Paul Mitchell, we have Lavelle, and we have Carl Krebs that are going to give us a summary of the book. And if any of you have insights you want to share from your gleanings of how this has changed your life, we'd love to briefly hear from you. So let us know, because Jonathan's shaking his head. Yeah, I'm with you, buddy. I am with you. Because it is definitely a power. I mean, I was introduced to this book many, many years ago. It wasn't the right timing. Now is the right timing as I'm busy engaging in kind of redesigning the life I want to have for this next chapter. So I'm very excited about that. Several of you have really immersed yourself, and you don't need to read the whole book. You can go to the summary. It's in the newsletter. It's in Live Younger Success. There's so many resources and tools. You can get on his newsletter list. The most wisdom per word in any newsletter out there is a quote that he shares. So I'm very grateful to those of you that have participated, and I invite those of you that haven't been ready yet to open up your readiness.
Well, thanks, Robin. And one of the other things we're going to share tonight, I believe Judy Daniel is going to be with us. She's been working behind the scenes, created a new document for us. We don't need a lot of new documents, but she's created a document called Words That Work. Okay. And it's a short page and a half, and it's just tips or little phrases that you can use for all 4 steps of our daily method of operation. Phrases you can use to pique people's interest, phrases you can use when you're in the sharing mode, phrases you can use in the follow-up mode, and what to say when it's time to enroll. Those are the 4 steps in our proven plan of action or our daily method of operation. And so that's going to be attached, a link to download it for yourself in today's newsletter. And we'll be talking about it tonight on the call. So, and we may have a few other jewels and things to share with you. So join us if you can, Monday evening, 7 o'clock Mountain Time for our community call. And if you'd like to unmute yourself and say your good morning to all, farewell for now, now's a good time to do that. Thanks, Sunshower. Thanks, everybody.
You're so
Thanks so
welcome.
much, everybody.
Very cool,
Thank you,
Sunshine.
Bye.
Good
Thank you.
morning.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
See you, Sunshine.
See you tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sunshine.
Thank you.
Exemplary job,
Yeah.
Thank you
Sunsour.
for everyone that shared. Thank you.
Thank
God
you.
bless everyone.
Awesome
Have a great day.
call.
Day Sunshower.
You're
Have a
very
good
welcome.
X39 day.
Bye, Michelle.
Thank
Bye,
you.
all.
Love
Bye.
y'all.
Bye.
Good job there, Sunshine.
Synergy.
Happy patching.
Happy
Right? That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Love.